The moon shone brightly over the forest as the gentle rustling of leaves filled the serene night. I approached the Buddha, my heart burdened with doubt and restless thoughts, keeping peace far from my grasp. "Master," I whispered, kneeling before him, "my mind is a storm, and regret steals my sleep each night." The Buddha looked at me with kindness, his gaze steady and filled with infinite understanding of human suffering. "My child," he began softly, "regret is a seed planted by actions misaligned with our highest truths." I listened intently, his voice a balm for my weary soul, each word carrying immense wisdom and clarity. "When our actions harm others or stray from compassion," he continued, "they create ripples that return to disturb our peace." "Master," I pleaded, "teach me how to mend these ripples and still the storm within my troubled heart." The Buddha nodded, his expression serene and thoughtful, as though he had anticipated this very question for lifetimes. "Begin," he said, "by reflecting on the motives of your actions and aligning them with love, kindness, and selflessness." I nodded slowly, my mind lingering on past deeds that had sown discord rather than harmony within and around me. "Each action," the Buddha explained, "is like a footprint left behind. Walk carefully, leaving marks that uplift and harm none." His words struck deeply, resonating within me as I contemplated the lessons my errors sought to teach, not punish. "Regret," the Buddha said, "is not an enemy but a guide urging you to grow and turn mistakes into wisdom." "How can I make peace with mistakes that hurt those I love, Master?" I asked, my voice trembling with sorrow. The Buddha closed his eyes for a moment, then opened them, his gaze steady and infinite like the vast sky. "Forgiveness," he answered, "is the bridge between regret and peace." Ananda nodded hesitantly, unsure of this unworldly path. That evening, Ananda sat beside his riches, searching for moments of selflessness. "Forgiving oneself," the Buddha continued, "is not indulgence but acknowledgement of imperfection, an act of humility and courage alike." I felt the weight of his words, their truth undeniable, and yet the path toward self-forgiveness seemed steep and unfamiliar. "The first step," he said, "is understanding your actions without judgment, seeing the ignorance or pain from which they arose." I pondered deeply, tracing my regrets to moments of fear, anger, or selfishness that had clouded my better judgment. In those moments, the Buddha said, you were not fully awake to the consequences. Awareness now is the light dispelling darkness. "Master," I asked, my heart heavy with uncertainty, "how can I repay those harmed and heal the wounds I caused?" The Buddha smiled gently, his presence radiating calm, as though his entire being embodied the lessons he imparted. "Actions of harm," he explained, "cannot be undone, but intentions of kindness and efforts toward reconciliation create new ripples of good." He replied, "Regret transforms when accompanied by gratitude for lessons learned, not riches lost." Ananda pondered gratitude but felt distant from its essence. I felt his words settle within me, a quiet realization forming about the power of present actions to mend the past. "Take responsibility for your deeds," the Buddha advised, "by seeking forgiveness from those you wronged and offering kindness without expectation." I nodded, my heart swelling with both apprehension and hope, seeing a glimmer of possibility in his compassionate guidance. "Regret," the Buddha repeated, "as a teacher, not a punishment. Embrace it without clinging and let its lessons transform your actions." His voice carried a profound stillness, as if he spoke from the depths of wisdom spanning lifetimes and beyond. Slowly, Ananda sought joy within moments untainted by greed's emptiness. Buddha returned, noticing Ananda's demeanor radiating peace rather than unease. He motioned for me to sit beside him, our surroundings illuminated by fireflies gently dancing among the ancient trees. "The storms of the mind," the Buddha explained, cannot be stilled by force but through surrender to the present moment. I closed my eyes, following his guidance, and focused on my breath, each inhale and exhale anchoring me in the now. Awareness, he continued, is the foundation of peace. Observe your thoughts without attachment, like clouds passing through the open sky. As I practiced, I felt a subtle shift within me, a quiet presence emerging beneath the turbulence of my restless mind. The night teaches us, the Buddha said, that even in darkness, the stillness of the stars prevails, guiding our path. I opened my eyes, looking up at the vast expanse above, its infinite depth mirroring the lessons within myself. Sleep, the Buddha concluded, comes peacefully to those who live with integrity and accept each day as a step toward growth. His words lingered in the silence, a profound truth etching itself into my heart, illuminating the path toward freedom from regret. Buddha explained, greed flows outward, chasing what lies beyond. Gratitude flows inward, filling the heart with unseen riches. Vasant asked, Master, how can gratitude overcome the relentless pull of greed within the mind? Buddha said, gratitude transforms the heart, illuminating what one already possesses instead of mourning the absence of desires. Another day, the sun rose gently over the village, its warm rays illuminating fields where life bustled with quiet energy. I walked beside the Buddha, the soft earth beneath our feet, as villagers greeted us with reverence and kindness. Among the disciples, a young man named Jaya carried his alms bowl, his face marked by discontent and unease. As we approached the village square, Jaya hesitated, glancing at the offerings others received, his heart heavy with envy. The Buddha turned to him, his gaze calm yet piercing, as though he saw the storm within Jaya's heart. Why does envy trouble you, Jaya? The Buddha asked gently, his voice carrying the weight of compassion and understanding. Jaya lowered his head, unable to meet the Buddha's eyes, his hands trembling as he clutched his half-filled bowl. Master, he confessed, I feel less blessed than others. Their bowls brim with offerings, while mine holds only a little. The Buddha listened silently, his presence a soothing balm, as though he could absorb the burdens of those around him. Jaya, the Buddha said after a pause, is it the abundance of offerings that fills a heart with peace? Jaya hesitated, his mind grappling with the Buddha's words, unsure whether he sought wealth or something deeper within himself. No, Master, Jaya admitted quietly, but I feel lacking, as if the world favors others more than it does me. The Buddha knelt by a small patch of wildflowers, their vibrant petals swaying gently in the morning breeze. See these flowers, the Buddha said, motioning toward them. Do they compare themselves, or do they simply bloom? Jaya watched the flowers closely, their simplicity and beauty stirring something within him, though he could not yet define it. The flower does not envy another's color or size, the Buddha continued, for it knows its purpose is to be. Jaya's shoulders relaxed slightly, the words slowly easing the grip of envy on his heart, though doubt still lingered. But Master, Jaya said, how can I feel complete when I see others prosper more than I do? The Buddha stood, his alms bowl in hand, its contents modest yet sufficient to sustain him throughout the day's journey. Gratitude, the Buddha replied, is the light that fills the heart. When we cherish what we have, envy dissolves. Jaya frowned, his mind wrestling with the simplicity of the lesson, unsure how gratitude could replace the emptiness he felt. Gratitude begins with seeing clearly, the Buddha explained. Shift your gaze from what you lack to what you are given. He gestured toward the grains and fruit in Jaya's bowl, their presence humble yet a testament to the villagers' generosity. This, the Buddha said, is enough to sustain your body and practice. Must the spirit demand more than it requires? Jaya stared at his bowl, the simplicity of its offerings suddenly appearing more profound and precious than they had before. Master, Jaya asked, how do I silence the voice that tells me others' fortunes diminish my own worth? The Buddha's expression softened, a faint smile forming as he regarded the question with the wisdom of countless lifetimes. Envy, he explained, is born of comparison. When we judge our worth by others, we lose sight of our unique path. Jaya nodded slowly, his heart beginning to grasp the wisdom embedded in the Buddha's words, though doubts still whispered within him. Master, Jaya said, can gratitude truly change the heart when envy feels so deeply rooted in my soul? Gratitude, the Buddha replied, is a practice, not an instant cure. Like water to a seed, it nurtures and transforms. Jaya's gaze returned to the flowers, their simple existence now seeming to hold answers he had not yet fully understood. Each moment, the Buddha continued, is an opportunity to cultivate gratitude. Begin with small things, and let them grow within you. Jaya exhaled, his shoulders relaxing further as he resolved to follow the Buddha's guidance. However challenging the path might appear, as the sun reached its zenith, we continued our journey through the village. The air filled with the hum of life, children laughed, elders exchanged stories, and farmers worked diligently, their collective energy weaving a tapestry of community and mutual support. Jaya began to notice the kindness in each offering placed into his bowl. However small, its significance outweighing its size. Later, as we rested beneath a tree, Jaya approached the Buddha, his eyes brighter, his voice steadier than before. Master, he said, I have begun to see the gifts I overlooked before. Gratitude feels like a doorway to peace. The Buddha smiled, his presence radiating warmth and serenity, as though he had expected this transformation long before it unfolded. Gratitude, the Buddha said, is the beginning of contentment. When the heart is full, it ceases to crave what others hold. Jaya bowed deeply, his heart swelling with gratitude not only for the Buddha's guidance but also for the life around him. That night, as the village grew quiet and the stars illuminated the sky, Jaya reflected on the day's lessons. He counted each grain in his bowl as a gift, each moment of kindness as a treasure, each breath as a blessing. Sleep came gently to Jaya, the envy that once haunted his heart replaced by a quiet, enduring contentment within. Another day, the morning arrived quietly, the crisp air carrying the scent of dew-covered grass and blooming jasmine flowers. The Buddha and his disciples gathered beneath a massive banyan tree, its shade offering comfort from the strengthening sun. I sat among them, my mind restless, the silence of the gathering amplifying the constant chatter within my thoughts. Master, I finally said, breaking the stillness, why does silence feel so heavy, filling my heart with unease and discomfort? The Buddha turned to me, his eyes calm, as though he could see the source of my unrest without words. Silence, he said gently, is a mirror that reflects the inner workings of the mind, both its peace and turbulence. I looked down, ashamed of my inability to find peace within. While others seemed effortlessly at ease in the stillness, the Buddha placed a hand on the ancient tree, its roots deep and sprawling, its presence timeless and unshaken. This tree, he continued, stands in silence yet thrives. Its stillness is not empty but filled with life and connection. I pondered his words, struggling to grasp how silence could hold the potential for harmony instead of merely amplifying chaos. The restless mind, the Buddha explained, is like a stormy ocean, its waves crashing with thoughts, desires, and distractions. He paused, letting the metaphor settle within me, his presence radiating an unshakable calm that seemed to hold infinite patience. Master, I asked, how can I still this storm and find the quietness that brings peace like yours? The Buddha gestured toward the horizon, where the sun began its ascent, painting the sky with hues of gold and amber. Observe the sunrise, he instructed. Not with judgment or expectation but with complete attention. As though it were your first, I followed his guidance, fixing my gaze on the horizon, letting the play of colors draw me into the present moment. Presence, the Buddha said, is the key to quieting the mind. When fully here, the noise of past and future subsides. As I watched the sunrise, I noticed how my thoughts began to fade, replaced by an awareness of the unfolding beauty. The silence you resist, the Buddha continued, is not empty. It holds wisdom, peace, and the answers you seek within. I took a deep breath, the act of observing calming my heart, though faint traces of unease still lingered within me. Master, I asked, why does my mind cling to thoughts, even when I wish to let them go? The Buddha sat beside me, his movements unhurried, his presence as grounding as the earth itself beneath my feet. The mind, he explained, is like a bird, seeking branches to land on. Thoughts are those branches, offering false refuge. I pictured the bird, its restless wings searching for places to land. Realizing the metaphor mirrored the workings of my mind. To quiet the bird, the Buddha said, do not chase it away, but allow it to rest without clinging to branches. His words filled me with a sense of possibility, a faint hope that the stillness I sought was not beyond reach. Begin, he advised, by observing your thoughts as clouds passing across the sky, without holding onto them or pushing them away. I nodded, closing my eyes, attempting to practice the simplicity of his guidance, though my thoughts still vied for my attention. Yet, the lotus transcends its foundation. He dipped the lotus back into the water, allowing its petals to touch the surface, their beauty unaltered. The stormy ocean calms not instantly but gradually. With each moment of practiced stillness, I felt his words like a thread connecting me to a deeper truth, though doubt still lingered in the corners of my mind. Master, I said hesitantly, what if silence reveals pain or fear I wish to avoid? Emotions that disturb rather than bring peace? The Buddha placed his hands on his knees, his posture upright yet relaxed, his presence a testament to resilience and grace. Silence, he replied, does not create pain. It reveals what is hidden, giving you the chance to heal through understanding. His gaze met mine, his eyes reflecting a profound empathy for the struggles and fears I had not yet fully voiced. Facing what lies within, the Buddha continued, is not easy, but it is the path to freedom from suffering and restlessness. I felt a lump rise in my throat, the weight of unspoken fears threatening to spill into the safety of his presence. The heart, the Buddha said, is capable of holding both pain and peace, as long as it is met with compassion. Tears welled in my eyes as I realized how often I had silenced my own pain rather than giving it a voice. Compassion for oneself, the Buddha added, is the first step toward embracing silence not as an enemy but as an ally. I wiped my tears, feeling an unfamiliar tenderness toward myself, a small yet profound shift that brought unexpected lightness to my heart. As the day wore on, the practice of observing and allowing continued, each breath grounding me further in the present moment. The Buddha's teachings resonated more deeply with each passing hour, the storm within me gradually giving way to a growing stillness. That night, beneath the expanse of stars, I sat alone, embracing the quiet, my heart no longer resistant to its presence. The silence was not empty but alive, a sanctuary where I could rest, heal, and glimpse the peace I had sought. In the stillness of the night, the Buddha's words echoed within me, guiding me gently toward an enduring sense of harmony. For the first time, I understood that peace was not outside me but within, waiting to be uncovered through the practice of silence. He pointed to a lotus bud still submerged, waiting for its moment to bloom. It's time to rise toward the sun. Even the unopened bud holds potential, Buddha said. Thank you for watching. Buddha's teachings are always with you. Subscribe to our channel and we will see you in the next video.